Welcome to a special episode of the Military Transition Academy podcast. We are joined by one of our SkillBridge industry mentors. We have Juniper Communities and we have Don and Kristen. Welcome to the show. Don, I'd love for you to introduce who you are and what the company is all about. And Kristen, same for you.
Great. Hi, thank you for having us today. My name is Don Brenneman. I'm the Chief Operating Officer and Chief Technology Officer for Juniper Communities. And we are thrilled to get to talk to you today. Juniper Communities is a senior living owner and operator of senior living, and that could include assisted living, skilled nursing, Alzheimer's memory care, independent living, continuing care, retirement. We have the whole gamut. And we operate in multiple states: Pennsylvania, Texas, Colorado, New Jersey, and Delaware. And our company is about 36 years old. I've been with the company almost 22 years.
Wow.
And it's an amazing, we're so thrilled to introduce, or at least be one of the pioneers to introducing the senior living industry as a true viable alternative for persons of the military background transitioning out. We're so excited to have this opportunity. I think Juniper as a company is unique for several reasons, and I can get into that later or talk about it now. It's totally up to you.
Well, Kristen, why don't you introduce yourself, and then we will get into what makes it so unique.
Hi, so I'm Kristen Fogel, and I'm the National Director of People for Juniper. And
what a great title.
That's our cool name for the HR department.
Yeah.
And so I oversee all things associate related. So that includes recruitment and retention, our associate wellness program, benefits, comp, all that good stuff. So we're really excited to be a part of this program and to introduce it to, like Don said, to introduce it to our communities as an option to bring in these military folks in to work with us, but also to introduce this. Hopefully, I think we might be a pioneer. Or when it comes to introducing SkillBridge into senior living as well. So I'm excited about that.
Absolutely. So senior living, that industry is obviously not an industry that most veterans say, yeah, this is what I want to do when I grow up. But I'd love to hear from you, Don. What makes Juniper Communities unique?
Well, I'm so glad just as in the entire scope of careers, we're often overlooked, and we're a major industry.
Yeah.
All your listeners, you, me, we're all going to get old. It's just a fact. So we're a truly,
we can all get old, but we don't all have to look
get old. But who knows? However, we're truly a viable opportunity. We have, I think Juniper is unique for several reasons. Juniper is, first of all, this is very important to me. We're a female founded and female owned senior living company. We're one of the only ones on this coast, I believe. In fact, we might be the only one. Lynn Katzman is our founder. She's a visionary in terms of senior living. She's well known. She's the Beyonce of senior living. I like to tell people, you go to a conference with Lynn, everyone wants to talk to Lynn, and all your listeners can look her up on YouTube and other sources. It's an amazing Lynn Katzman.
Wow.
Great. She's our vision setter. But one of the things she first brought to Juniper was the goal of gender balance on boards for companies. That we want to be, and we want to engage with partners and companies that have gender balance. As we want female leadership in the boardroom. That's our goal. Lynn has been a champion from the get-go of female entrepreneurial development, and that's really important to us throughout our company, throughout our communities, and in all we do.
That's awesome. So how did you guys, find Vets2PM and discover the SkillBridge program? So for our listeners, Vets2PM, we obviously have lots of different services. We're known in the veteran community as the project management professional training pioneer. But in 2020, 2021 timeframe, we went ahead and started managing the SkillBridge program for 70 plus companies. And so now we bring that opportunity both to the veteran and to the company, the veteran in order for them to learn, an industry skill set, and then to the company for them to sort of try out talent and provide, a really smooth and successful transition, regardless if it, results in a full-time commitment for that veteran. So how did you guys find Vets2PM?
Absolutely. Kristen, is it okay if I field this one?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like to
I'll
humbly
jump
take
in if needed.
full credit for this one because there's two reasons. Number one, my son is in the Navy right now. Number two, I was visiting my other son who works on a golf course, and and this is really strange. I said, who's that? Like somebody drove up. He goes, oh, that's a person from our SkillBridge. They're great, and I didn't think of it. Being on a golf course, he's a golf pro. That's a hospitality-based industry, just like our industry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunities in different positions through one can use their skills to advance their careers. And I talked to him. I said, so he's there working. You go, oh yeah, he loves it. He came. He has this specialization. He's helping us do this. He's great. Amazing work ethic. Probably going to work here. It's been really strong. And I said, wow, who can do this? And he said, I don't know. And I started to look into it, and I was so excited to find Vets2PM with Kristen. And we see it as one of the most unique opportunities for us to find the most qualified, hardest working value sets of individuals possible. So we're real excited as this is a new recruiting avenue for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, especially, I'm a human resources professional by trade. So, I know that veteran hiring is obviously important for most companies. It's one of our, affirmative action initiatives. Correct. And, we ask specific questions, about veterans in our organization. And I think sometimes veterans' reputations follow them as, we're broken, we're mentally impaired, whatever it may be. But the truth of the matter is that most of us who served 20 years, we're in our very early 40s and we're ready to start a new career. We now have this, massive set of skills that we're ready to bring to a company. And we just need companies, to bring it to. So we're glad that you are on board. So for our audience, the SkillBridge program is a Department of Defense initiative that allows military service members to participate in a internship, or we like to call it a residency, at the end of their career. So it could be anywhere from 3 to 6 months, whatever time frame is best for the veteran and for the company. And so what we do is we pair veterans and companies in order to provide that opportunity. So how long have you been a part of the Vets2PM SkillBridge program?
I'm going to just jump in real quick because I wanted to also mention that, like Dawn, I have a strong military connection within my family as well. And so this is obviously very near and dear to my heart. My son-in-law is serving in the Army currently. So we looked into SkillBridge a few months ago. We were just having a little bit of difficulty finding somebody to contact. And so within, doing some Google searches and some online boards, job boards, et cetera, I came across Vets2PM and I reached out to Kathy, who immediately responded and has been amazing in getting us connected and helping us to figure this out and to figure out how we can partner with SkillBridge. And I think that the program that Vets2PM offers in order to facilitate that relationship is super important. And I think the ease of that relationship is very important. And so, yeah, it came to us by just searching for who can help, who can help facilitate.
Well, my OPSO and my team will be happy that you found it through Google. So SEO. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Well, Kristen was tasked with that. We have our tagline for all our recruitment at the end, and we say, military veterans preferred. We haven't been able to activate that, and I believe Kristen finding your organization will be the catalyst to that moving forward.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, the one thing that we do at Vets2PM is we manage the program for you, so you can go ahead and manage your business. You're absolutely right. The DoD SkillBridge program is really, there's a lot of administrative actions. It's hard to get a hold of people because obviously, it's a large program and they probably only have a few people working it. But companies like us, we get to sort of intervene and be the liaison between the veteran and the companies. So, so you guys have been with us for how long?
Just a few months.
Awesome.
We've got several jobs posted out on the job board. We haven't received any applicants yet, but that's the
Not
reason
yet.
we're doing this as well, because we want to get
Yeah.
our name out there and make sure that people know about Juniper.
Yeah. So when you think about your ideal candidate, obviously you prefer to hire veterans. So why is that? Talk to us about, how veterans have become your ideal candidate and what you're looking for when it comes to these positions.
When I started to think about this, I was looking at the positions we sometimes have more difficulty filling than others. And Juniper is lucky that we can offer a whole variety of positions to vets. We have executive level positions, communications, sales, business, human resources, culinary, maintenance, you name it, we have it. What appealed to me is the fact that a person who has served has a strong passion towards their work, towards goals, towards their career, and has that commitment already. What I also believe is, our organizations, it's very group focused. It's very team focused. The persons that you would be bringing to us hopefully would have the passion for teamwork. That's truly what we're witnessing every day on our platform is teams working together to better the lives of seniors in so many different ways. And we're excited to have that. I believe a vet would bring those skills plus all the amazing training that the military provides that you wouldn't even think of. And we're just excited to have that opportunity.
Yeah, and I will say, I served in the military for 20 years, and right before I retired, the number one thing that people told me all the time was, hey, make sure that you know what your purpose is outside of uniform. So prior to getting out of, prior to retiring from the military, I did a lot of the mental transformation stuff that, military veterans, NFL players, basketball players, like all these people that have sort of their worth and their identity tied to something, us military members, it's tied to serving our country and tied to defending the Constitution of the United States. And when we separate or retire, sometimes, veterans get lost in the shuffle of things because they no longer have purpose and they don't feel like the work that they're doing matters and they're not finding that meaningful work. And what a great industry to get into. So veterans, if you're looking for purpose, think about what, the senior living community and industry can do for you. So what positions right now are you looking for when it comes to the DoD SkillBridge?
We have a variety out on the job board right now. We have an assistant culinary director. We have assistant maintenance director, environmental services. We've got wellness positions. We've got marketing positions, connections, which is sort of our activity programming. Yeah, there's the options are endless. I would say with industry, as Don mentioned, because there's also, those are just the positions that we have available in the communities themselves, but there's also opportunities within our home office. I would say Don would probably be really excited to have somebody help with IT. Excited to have somebody that wanted to be in HR. So I think the opportunities are really, really, really big here.
And if I could add, the positions, Kristen, to what you're describing these are management team positions. Each community has a management team, a core team that oversees departments by which persons might have specialties. Well, whether they be culinary dining, business office, sales and marketing, executive administration, plant engineering or maintenance or technology, we have the gamut of those. And these positions serve as part of that core leadership management team that helps operate the community to its highest quality level.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, there's tons and tons of positions available on that job board. So for any military service member that is looking for a SkillBridge opportunity, go ahead and search. You can go to our job board and you can specifically choose Juniper and look at those positions. And, I always say as an HR person, look at the job posting, see what appeals to you. And you never know, take a chance, apply. And then, when it comes to the DoD SkillBridge program, one thing I think that people tend to forget is that it really is like a 3 to 6 month sort of interview, but where you get to try out, like, is this the industry for me? Are these the people I want to work with? And the company gets to do the same. But the goal of the relationship is really to form that network, that community. And if it doesn't end in a full-time position, Juniper still has a place in that veteran story, and that veteran still has gained some valuable skills that they can utilize in the civilian sector. So, Kristen,
Love that.
any specific skills? I know that veterans, obviously, we bring a broad range of skill sets. We do have specific technical skills and hard skills and soft skills. Anything that stands out when you think about your family member that's in the Army and Don, your family member that's in the Navy. Any specific skill sets that you're really, interested in acquiring?
Well, our culture is very, very important to us. And I was just on another call with somebody that we're working with, that talking about how the people that really are drawn to this industry, they really just have a heart for servant leadership. And so I would say that I think that we already know that most of our military have that servant leadership capability, that skill set, because they're doing what they're doing because they have that. And I would just say that that's really important to us, to have people that come and join us in this culture of servant leadership.
Yeah,
Well,
such
I
a
would
good
agree.
point.
I
Go
would
ahead.
agree. I would just add that, Juniper, you wouldn't think this of a senior living company, but we're extremely tech forward. The persons we're looking to hire, of course, have to have awesome communication skills and a spirit and passion for assisting seniors and working with teams. But more so than that, they also need to be organized and have a good computer background, or at least have computer literacy to be able to use all the systems we have in place. We have quite a bit, and that's pretty exciting. I think one of the things I didn't get to mention regarding the position specificity is great, that a person can fit into a position. What's great about Juniper as a senior living industry is we're an innovator, so we're developing all these new programs. So maybe someone's coming in from the health field that wants to assist in the development of a new memory care specific program. We're looking for those persons who want to bring their skills and creativity to us. And that's really important. And that can be for anything. So we're very open to that.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so you guys heard it here, Juniper Communities. So look at the Vets2PM job board, and you can do a search by the company, look at those opportunities and apply. They're looking for you. And one thing I will tell veterans is, when you're separating, when you're retiring, when you've served a lot of time in the military, and it's just like this for civilians. I mean, civilians go through, career transitions all the time, but, take your military transition 1 year at a time. Don't discount an industry that you've never thought of, or maybe you have this preconceived notion about. Give it a try. 1 year is long enough to really identify what it is you want to do and what you don't want to do, whatever. But it's short enough that if for some reason the industry is not for you, then you can still gain some skill sets and then take it with you in the civilian sector. So don't discount certain companies or certain industries because maybe you've never heard of them before or never thought of it. I mean, if you think of what the military is, and I think people fail to remember this, but the military is like its own little city. And so we have, HR and engineering and whatever it may be. And it's the same thing in a company. And so an HR person, me and Kristen are both HR professionals, but what she does in her company is very different than what I do in mine because the industries and the companies are different. So lots of different variety. Veterans, if you're looking for a challenge, we have one for you. Juniper is looking for you. So apply now. Any last words, Don and Kristen?
We're looking forward to having you.
Yeah, we would love to have you. We're open to conversations about how a person will fit in. We're very open to that. And the last thing I'll say is working in the senior living industry is extremely rewarding. It's so gratifying to get to work with persons at the latter stages of their life.
Yeah.
It really fulfills it and warms your heart. So that can be really helpful to people who are looking for that, a connection and a purpose.
Absolutely. And I will tell you, when I talk to at least 20, 25 veterans every single week, and the biggest thing that I hear is I just want to do work that matters. I want to be a part of something that's meaningful. And, when we talk about a meaningful or lucrative career, we're not always talking about money, right? We're talking about, I can put my head down at night and know that I made a difference in a big and a small way. And this is a great industry to do that. So veterans, if you're looking for meaningful work that matters, I definitely encourage you to look at what Juniper Communities has to offer. And they're willing to have the conversation with you to see where your skill sets fit. And so that's the really the magic of a small company and our relationship with the company, or you guys aren't that small, but you know what I mean? This close relationship where we can have those conversations and see where you fit. So thanks so much for joining us. We're looking forward to filling all of your positions, and we will get the word out. And for veterans, hey, SkillBridge program, we manage the SkillBridge program. I know that you might be looking at hiring our heroes and all of the big players in the industry, but just like what Kristen said, Kathy got back to her right away. She couldn't get an answer from, the SkillBridge corporate, and that's understandable, but we are here for you. We are a small and mighty team, but we have helped 16,000 veterans in 10 years, and we're looking to help you. So hope to see you soon on that job board. Thanks again, Don and Kristen.
Thank you for having us.